Welcome. You are here with Dr. Nilda Perez with Business Foresight, creating strategies towards your extraordinary future. And so I think we're live. Are we live?
Yes.
Hello. This is Dr. Nilda Perez, and I am here at Mama Juana's Cafe in the Bronx. We are inviting as many of you that want to come, please come. We have a lovely audience. We're going to be showing you this place. This is people that they've been talking to me on Facebook and attention because a few people, many are doing. They are they're doing things that are innovative and out of the box, and right now that's what separately. So I'm going to be doing them like throughout the week that I'm really excited about. I have been talking to Aquiles. You know, it's amazing. Facebook is such a powerful tool. I actually met Aquiles through Facebook and through different groups that we're in on Facebook. So this is my very first time meeting him in person.
Stranger.
Yeah, not strangers anymore because we've been talking a lot. And one of the things that we've been talking about is his business and how fascinating the things that he's doing. And his focus is pretty much like mine, to be able to work with Latinos. His thing is Latinos and wealth. So I am, without further ado, I'm going to introduce him. And I have to give you his amazing interview bio, because his bio is, I'm telling you, bar none, is awesome. So Aquiles Larrea is Aquiles Larrea Jr. Because there were two. Well, actually, there were three of you.
There are five of us.
There are five.
But here in America, I'm junior.
But okay, so here in America, you're junior. Perfect. So Larrea is he is the owner of Larrea of Success for Latinos executives and entrepreneurs. So he works very closely with entrepreneurs and helping them build their wealth. He helps them pursue their passion and their purpose and fulfill their lives and their visions. For the years he's been doing this, and he has helped clients transform their professional lives and their business. In 2002, he started the Larrea Wealth Management, and his key mission is to help Latinos and their families achieve financial freedom. So by that he means he provides comprehensive wealth management experience and delivered by he has a high-skilled team that helps them. He also he has a Bachelor's of Science degree from St. John's University.
Yes.
He is also the author of, and I want to show this, he is also the author of Your Money and You, The Ultimate Guide to Wealth Management for Latino Entrepreneurs and Executives. And with this book, what his intention is to define a resource for Latino business owners and professionals looking to make smart decisions with their money. He is all this awesome stuff that he's done in finances. His greatest achievement, and I need to say, is his wife, Rosabella, and his welcome, Aquiles. It is
Thank you
so much,
and,
right?
You know, it's important to you, Dr. Nilda. I got to tell you, training people filled life, and then
he was teaching people to. And I think Latinos are culture. We're such an intelligent.
4 jobs to get.
That I have, and I know that our ideas don't come randomly. So we're a community because that's your focus.
Yeah, it's funny. When I was, you know, if your parents are immigrants, you're worried more about how you're going to make the month-to-month expense. How am I going to make the mortgage? You know, and by doing that, you keep reality versus the dreams that we might have when we're calm, when we're at peace. People are awesome at what they do, but they don't take care of themselves and their families. I interviewed over 74 CEOs, executives, high-level people asking what had worked for them, what didn't work for them.
Okay, well that's good. He gave you the excuse. Okay. You know, we always assume that wealth is like one step at a time. What do you define?
You see the big quote-unquote this guy, or I'm just to start thinking about it. You can make mature decisions and again, and I wanted to get away from that.
So you see wealth management as starting with how much? Latino who either has a business or a great job. When is
way, not when you're rich. With exception of the Latino culture, I mean, I grew up with stock. They would buy, hang it up on the wall, see the little bank booklet, the past savings bank. They still have those things.
Oh, I didn't even know this.
So from a very early, what I didn't see in my household, they didn't talk about money. I don't know about your house.
And mind you, my dad was a business owner. He had several businesses. I remember my mother, here, this is what I made. My mother would take that and like dump it and then just start kind of putting the pennies in the little bags. And then, you know.
Neighbors would do with their kids. It was every single year that some do this and this. So in answer to your question, you have to begin with your kid. He was little. What do you do for a living, Daddy? And I explained it as I would explain it to an adult. At the bottom line is I help people more educated, but to take action now, not when you're they are not emotionally ready for that money. Not that they don't have it, they are not. That doesn't mean they can't get help and have somebody excellent execution and success.
Next question. And again, I want to open this up. Get the instructing.
Basic. This is a great question. That is an afterthought. It must take instruction, how you instruct your kids, saying whatever is important to them. They might be, say, games. You know, the video games right now. If you explain how they feel, they associate that feeling.
Financial responsibility.
Sure.
That we can show children
the stock certificate per se, you know, or showing kids, well, every day you would have over 300. Right? Doesn't happen overnight. Make them think long run forward.
Okay, because what I see a lot with children is finding is that you're teaching them this, but what they're getting, and that is not always wise because, you know, we don't have that we don't know how to, but that's never the goal. There's always a goal for us to be able to save some money and to have, you know, as a child I learned I want something, I get the money, I spend it, and then I have nothing.
This is that I give a kid $100, like Dr. Nilda said, she's good. He or she is going to train yourself to do. I'd like you to take, all right? You still have allowance, you know, $20 to do his thing bigger, and it's with myself. You know, I would take 10%, and I put it into an envelope. All of a sudden, my envelope started getting bigger, and if you teach this habit early, they start to see
about adults. Like, what do we think about, you know, community?
No, and unfortunately, teach the Latino community how to do this. You know, ¿cómo podemos hacer? What are simple steps that I can take that adds up? But
when you wrote the book, Your Money and You, and this is the ultimate guide for Latino entrepreneurs and executives. What was the intention of the book?
You know, I interviewed 74 Latino CEOs, high-level executives, mid-level entrepreneurs, and, you know, kept hearing the same challenge again and again. And I said to myself, nobody is doing this. Nobody is giving the education that people need, and we're kind of like it's kind of like we're the invisible Latino. Yeah. You know, and it's unfortunate. There's such a need. There's such a, but you have to understand the community before you can help them. You know, and so that's why I did all these interviews. I said I want to understand the community, but I want to help. And this was a labor of love. It took 18 months. And, you know...
Hey, 18 months is not a long time, Aquiles, for a book. I got to tell you, it took me, well, part of it was my dissertation. Then I had to take that and kind of, you know, kind of repurpose it. And it took me, mind you, I had written. It took me a lot longer than that. So 18 months, you did good. You were manos a la obra.
You know, thank you. You also have to remember I'm running a business too.
I know,
so
that's what I'm
putting
saying.
together a book at the same time.
Months.
Exactly. If I was just lounging around the house, you know, it would have come out a lot quicker.
A lot quicker,
and the second book, which is going to focus more on the family, you know, that's going to be a shorter timeline. because we're just better. I'm better at it now.
Okay.
You know, I'm better at the process.
Right, right, and that's really that's the whole thing. That's what you want. You want to be. We get better, and
Yeah.
I think out of this, other things are going to come, but this is. You know, I'm not going to tell you that I've read the whole book because I'm going to be honest, I haven't. But what I've read, you know,
Okay, I'm
good
leaving.
portions
Bye.
of it. No, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. But I'm always reading, and I just have not been able to finish it. But I promise you, I
No.
will finish it. So, but the idea is, it's true. There's Latinos are really, we're doing so much. But learning how to use our money, you know, wisely sometimes is not something that we've done well.
Yeah, we stink at it. I'll put it out there.
It's not our fault.
Yeah, we're worried about the rent. You know, we're worried about the mortgage, and we forget we need to take care of each other.
Right. So here's my question, because this was a question that I was asked by my mentor. He asked me, so tell me something, Nilda. Who is your service? Who's it not for?
Great question, and I get it all the time. My service is not great for the person who thinks they know everything. You know, so if you're, I hate to say, the kind of person who thinks they know everything, it's not going to work. I'd rather just be upfront about it. Latinos, we think we know a lot about everything, and sometimes our expertise in our given profession rolls into wealth management. And I go, well, that's kind of like saying that I'm going to play Stephen Curry in basketball and do really well against him. You know, you're taking one of the best players in the league, and I don't even, I don't play basketball. But, it's your chosen profession, you're an expert. But when it spills over and it's what I call, you're delusional. You're not thinking right. Hire the best professional that you can. You know, would you hire a lawyer to do an account?
I wouldn't hire him to do heart surgery either.
Exactly. Or would you buy a discount parachute?
No.
No. And jump out of a plane? No.
There's just a couple holes in it, right? Right. Exactly.
You know, would you do salsa with someone who is a specialist in Irish jig dancing? No. Right.
Right.
So. Those, these are those are the people who are not right for me. The best people for me.
That was my next question. Who are the people that should be knocking down your door and saying, Aquiles, what do I do? How do I do this? Who are these people?
The best persons for my practice, and we don't take everybody for a reason, but the best kind of clients who come to us are people who are experts in what they know, but they know enough that they are not experts in what we do. Okay. Someone who is a highly, they're into their business and they need help with the financial side. They're financial delegators. Okay. They want someone like myself to come in and give them a hand with, the reality of, versus the fantasy of financial life. Someone who is an executive who's looking maybe, what's my next step of financial freedom? Purpose, Okay. That's the type of person.
Okay. So do we have a question in the audience? Is there a question? No? Okay. I'm sorry. I thought I saw somebody raise their hand. Okay. So, this is just really interesting. If I come to you with $5,000. What can I expect from that?
Well, I think it's more important. Forget the dollar amount right now.
Okay.
All right. I think it's more important if you're coming to me that you have an open mind, that you're willing to listen to what I might tell you. You are at a stage in life where you're ready to begin, but you're not sure how to. I'm going to point you in the right direction. At the very least. Okay. You're going to walk away with some education. I don't want anybody ever coming to me and say, wasn't interested or whatever. No, I want you to have some good education. I want you to walk away feeling, hey, he tried, or, and the like.
Do you give homework?
Do you give homework?
Not only do
homework.
So we're asked, do we give homework? Not only do we give homework, we do homework. Because this is all about you as a client, as a prospective client. We want to know what's important to you about money. Because I don't know what I don't know. You know, when you come and sit with us, you know, I talk with people, but I do very little talking, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, we listen. You know, I sit there and I listen, and we want to know why you're doing what you're doing, and well, what's next, and what's smart about what you've done to this point, and what's important to you. You know, your passion is going to drive your life and your financial life as well.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, we were talking about this, and you were like, no, this is fun. And I'm going to be honest, when it comes to finances, for me, has been my biggest purchases in my life. I remember I was like 21 years old when I bought my first brand new car.
Okay.
And I was very anxiety provoking. I am sorry. And people were like, oh my God, that's so exciting. No, there was nothing exciting about it. I was scared. It was a big purchase. It was a huge commitment. And that was scary. And then my second huge purchase was the purchase of my home. Mm-hmm. And that was probably even more anxiety provoking. So when we're talking money, how can we be at ease to be able to discuss money without being like, you know, it's
well, are we talking about discussing money with a friend, or are we talking money with a professional?
With a professional, because with a friend, we, you know, again, we never totally disclose, and you know, so, but when we're telling truths here, yeah, absolutely.
You know, let's make it simple.
Okay.
I want you to think about, there's a good chance when you're sitting with me, we're gonna have a little chat about not only what's important to you, but I want to find out what are your higher needs. You know, in other words, what's going to happen to you in the future? Okay. You know, because of the decisions you're making now.
Right.
You know, I can't say enough that. But if I talk, I won't find out about you. So you have to come in. First off, you have to think, this guy's here to help. Mm-hmm. He's not here to hurt. Versus your car purchase, you know, you were apprehensive. Is the loan company going to approve me? Am I going to wreck the car within the first week? Or a home? Is the roof going to come down? You know, I've been there.
No,
I understand.
Like, am I always going to be able to afford this? Was this a wise move? And those are kind of the things that you think about. And when we're talking about investing, it's pretty much the same fears. Because, you know, we hear so many nightmares of people not being able to cash in on their, what do they call it? The thing that you do at work.
401k.
The 401ks. And so there are people that are ready to, oh my goodness, that totally lost it there for a minute. But yeah, and that's a big, you know, those are fears.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I'm investing this money. Is this the wise thing to do? And so that's what I'm saying about it being anxiety provoking.
Yeah, and we don't discount that at all. But I think you'll find when you're talking with us, you're discussing matters. I mean, I've been told, you know, over 20 years, I tell you things that I don't tell my wife, or I don't tell things I don't talk to my husband about. I don't tell things I tell my priest. You know, why? Because you're entering an environment with me. This is a judge-free zone.
Okay.
This is difficult enough for you.
Right.
Why am I going to make this worse? I'm not going to come, oh, why'd you do that? Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I'm going to sit there, I'm going to try to stay neutral. You know, if I think something is immediately dangerous, then I'll say something. But generally, we're not there to judge. Okay. We're here to help. We think that, you know, if we do no harm,
right,
and we listen carefully, and we tell you what you actually said back to you,
right,
you'll understand more and you'll feel more at ease, and then the real starts coming out.
Okay.
What I call the real.
Okay. Oh, okay. So 1 second, we will be taking questions from the audience in a second. But first I want to tell people that we are here in Mama Juana's Cafe in the Bronx. If you guys are in the neighborhood or anywhere near, just, stop by, come say hello to Aquiles. I'm sure that he'll sit with you and talk to you a little bit about what he does, and maybe give you his card. You can probably purchase his book. So we're looking forward to, if you guys are in the neighborhood. If you're not in the area, please feel free to ask questions. He will answer the questions, and you can ask the questions openly, but there's always private private mail also, so he can also speak to you privately. But you want to connect with him here. The other thing that I want to say is there's we're encouraging people to come. This week is restaurant week, and if you have never been here, you have to come here. The food is amazing. It really is amazing. So if you guys can, if you're in the neighborhood, or remember this is restaurant week, come. You have to come.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
I know, it smells delicious. So, okay. So now back to our audience. Do you have a question?
Yes. Can you give an example of a discipline or something that I have to do all the time, so that I can do something different? And I got 2 questions. And then the next part is, as I'm working this with you, is there a reward system or
He gets up and he will applaud.
Because
bells, whistles.
money sense, and even if I put a penny in a jar every day, is there something then that because I'm on that right path, can I buy myself a new bag or a new book?
This is a great question, and it's kind of like what we were talking about before.
Okay.
You're putting away, let's just say for argument's sake, you're putting away every 2 weeks, $50, right?
Right.
Then you in turn can take some of that money, 10, 20%, whatever you're comfortable with. Keep the envelope. Keep or wherever whatever you keep. My daughter has a piggy bank. My son has a piggy bank. This is not without reward. This should never be without reward. This is to encourage a positive behavior.
Okay.
And the more you do this, the more rewards you get, and then it's not so bad. So imagine you've done that and it's time to spend.
Right.
All of a sudden you have enough for a vacation. All of a sudden you have enough to get yourself a Gucci bag, because or whatever bag that you like, or you can get those Jimmy Choos or whatever it is that you want to get.
Right.
Now, I'm sorry, I'm catering to the ladies right now, but I know you need to reward yourself.
Right.
The men as well. If you're going, and let's say for argument's sake, you want to, get new tires at some point or on your car, you could do that too, so reward yourself. It's important.
Yeah. Okay. Then I know you also have a podcast, and one of the things that I want to tell my audience is, my focus this month is on media, and the reason why is because I know that media is very important for us in business. You have a podcast. Tell me how
we do Facebook Live.
You do Facebook Live also.
Right.
Okay.
We do Facebook
How
Live.
has that positioned you differently?
Well, with Facebook Live, we're given a forum where not everybody can listen at 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock when we're going on, but we do find that at some point they're tuning in, and we after.
Okay.
It seems during the broadcast we don't get a lot of questions, but afterward, all of a sudden my email starts getting stuff.
That happens to me also.
Yeah.
Like after that, and I get my my inbox gets flooded.
Yeah.
Like they have all these questions, and I really wish that people would trust us and ask
here,
us
think
online,
about it.
because
you're
I have them right
people
here.
on the spot.
True.
You're putting people. I'm on the spot.
Right.
So then now it's like, oh, I just thought about this, and I can now ask the question.
Okay.
So yeah, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. And what would you want the takeaway to be for the audience?
At any given point or in your life, you're going to need help. Whether it be a question, whether it be a strategy, whether it be something financial, it can't hurt to seek out help.
Okay.
Whether it's with me or, there's a lot of good guys and gals out there advising people. So whether you seek out myself or someone else, get the help or the information that you want to make this decision easier. Because if you don't, what are you really doing? You're trying to do it yourself. And you know what happens when you do it yourself? There's too many unknowns, too many uncertainties,
Right.
So why do that to yourself?
Right.
Seek out the help of a professional. And if you don't get along with them, go find somebody else. Please interview a few people.
Right. And you know what? I love that advice because it's true. Just because the one person did not work out for you doesn't mean that you should squash it and be like, oh no,
Right.
I shouldn't. The truth is that we should we always need to find our fit, and even with doctors, you don't go. One size does not fit all.
Of course.
So finding that person that's going to be the right merger for you, that's excellent. Okay. So that's great. And so, how do people get a hold of you?
Well, the best way is through Facebook and through our emails through there, because right now I'm doing the book tour and little tougher to get in touch with me, but
Right.
I do respond to my emails.
Okay.
Usually within 24 hours I get back to people.
Yeah.
My clients, I get back to them a lot quicker.
Yeah.
But when you reach out to me, think about what you want to ask. This is a world where, there's no hidden walls anymore. We're transparent. We're going to tell you the truth. We're going to tell you. Sometimes you're not going to like what we have to tell you, but that's okay. At least it's transparent. At least you know that someone tried for you. Please, through those mediums, those are the, info@LarreaWealth.com is also a great resource to reach us out as well.
Okay. All right. Well, that's great. I thank you so much for
Thank you so much for having me.
being here and
Wonderful meeting you.
And putting up with us trying to find the right spot in the restaurant. So I
Not at all.
apologize for the internet, because honestly this was the best spot. But we didn't know that. So we've been all over, but at least you've seen the place. And the place is it's beautiful. So the place is packing out now, and we're thankful, we're grateful that you guys have been here with us. Thank you
I am so
much.
thankful for
I
you.
know. I finally met him. He's a real person. We've talked so much on Facebook and on the phone, and so and listen
Thank
to
you
his
for the
program.
opportunity.
You have a great program, so you guys can go on Facebook Live and connect.
On Your Money You,
Facebook,
absolutely.
On Your Money You, and you'll be able to see his information. So he has a lot of information that he puts out there. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
All right.
and all right, guys, see you back in a little bit. I'm going to be interviewing one of the partners of Mama Juana's Cafe, and again, if you guys are in the neighborhood, we would love for you to come. And we're going to continue answering some questions of the audience, but with you guys, we're going to tune out. All right, bye-bye. See you in a little bit.